went chose? Where did you go, dear?
Vencedora de diversos prêmios Dove, ganhadora do Grammy de melhor álbum rock gospel. Ela é autora de livros, ela é conferencista e também atriz. Rebecca St. James, muito obrigada por estar conosco no Clube 700. Você é a filha mais velha de 7 irmãos. A sua família sempre foi cristã e você é australiana. Que impacto isso teve na sua carreira, no seu ministério, na sua vida?
I think the fact that I am Australian, Australians are very upfront, very kind of bold. I think that's really impacted my ministry because I've been very bold about my faith, and I did grow up in a Christian family, and having that heritage has been so incredible, such an amazing blessing in my life. It's the only reason that I sing is my relationship with God, and because I feel that I have found true hope and true life that compels me to want to tell people about what I found.
Você veio para os Estados Unidos, a sua carreira decolou, mais do que isso, o seu ministério se solidificou e você tem levado uma mensagem de esperança a pessoas do mundo inteiro. Como surgem as suas canções?
One of the things that I really sense, especially about this generation today, is that they're wanting something real, something that they can see, you know, that resonates with their own lives. And so I think that's why people are into reality shows. You know, they just, not that they're always very real, but I think people want something that they can relate to. And so one of the things that's really important for me with my songwriting is that I'm writing from my heart, that I'm writing from my own experience. Like just recently, I'm working on a new album right now, and just recently I really felt God challenging me to come to Him with my hands open, especially about the big things in my life, you know, dreams that I have. You know, I want to get married, have a family one day. I need to have my hands open, not holding on to the things that I hope for in my life, but opening my hands. Dreams that I have to continue doing some acting or music, have my hands open about it. And so I wrote the song called Hands Open. And so I just think God really, you know, wants me to write from that very real experience with Him. Also, I try to write from the Bible, you know, because that promise that we have that His word will not return void is so true and so powerful. And my most biblical songs, I think, are the songs that have the highest impact on people. And then prayer. I always pray before I write songs and ask for God's Spirit and His power to be on it. Those are the key essentials for me.
Você gravou a canção Wait For Me, que fala sobre virgindade, e essa mensagem tem influenciado moças e moços no mundo inteiro. O que levou você a dividir essa sua visão de se guardar e o que leva você a ter esse estilo de vida?
When I first started singing around 16, or singing full-time, at that time in America there was this kind of explosion within the Christian community in the youth, a youth movement called True Love Waits. And it was kind of a call to this generation to save sex for marriage, to honor God in the area of romance. And so because I was 16, a lot of youth directors, a lot of churches would want me to come in to their church and sing and then talk about purity and the importance of honoring God, you know, and saving sex for marriage. You know, teenager talking to other teenagers. And so it happened very organically, and I'd made a commitment to wait. You know, I'd started wearing a purity ring, and so I sang at a lot of different True Love Waits rallies, and I had so much response to that from young people saying, thank you for talking about purity, because we just need that support, because the culture is saying, if it feels good, do it, just obey yourself. And then so many young people are winding up with STDs, you know, some AIDS, pregnant outside of marriage. So many young people are dealing with a lot of guilt because they know deep down that God's way is to wait and save sex for marriage. And they know that that's the best way, you know, when you wait for that commitment in marriage and that faithfulness, it's just the best. And so, yeah, so I continued to speak about that in my concerts, and then I wrote a song called Wait For Me, as you said, and then a book about the topic, like how to wait in a culture that says just do it. And so it's become a real pivotal part of my message. And whenever I talk about purity, the other thing that I talk about is forgiveness and second chances. There's a part in my song that says, now I know you may have made mistakes, but there's forgiveness and a second chance, so wait. And a lot of young people need to know that, you know, even if they've made mistakes in this area of purity and compromised that, they can say, God, forgive me, I want to wait from now on. Because we've all made mistakes, we've all fallen short, and we all need to know that He forgives us and sets us free when we come to Him and ask Him to forgive us.
Para que as pessoas possam crescer no seu relacionamento com Deus, você dá 5 dicas. Leia a Bíblia, ore, faça amigos cristãos, tire todo o lixo da sua vida e envolva-se com atividades da igreja. Comente para a gente sobre a importância de cada um desses pontos no nosso desenvolvimento e relacionamento com Deus.
I like that question a lot. Thank you. You know, in my concerts, whenever I am able to do a full concert, almost just about all the time, I have a time of prayer and commitment where people can give their lives to God. And so they can respond to the music and respond to the things that I've shared about a vibrant relationship with God. And so often I will share those 5 points. And because I think people are looking for practical things that they can apply to their life that can encourage them to live for God, because it's hard. It is hard in our culture today to live radically for God. Because so much around us is saying, please yourself, you know, and it's a focus on money, it's a focus on material things, it's a focus on self, and those things don't bring true joy. They might make you kind of feel a little bit happy for a little short time, but it doesn't last. What truly lasts is this relationship with God and relationship with other people that have a live relationship with Him, and you're growing together. And so that's why I talk about those things, because we need ways that we can be encouraged to live for God, because so much of our culture is saying live for self. And so I think one of the big ways that is so important for me is knowing other Christians and having really good friends in a really good church where I am just being encouraged, because we can't do it on our own. We can't just on our own try and live this Christian life. We really need each other. And we need daily time with God where we just say, you know, God, what do you want to say to me today? You know, I want to hear from you. And yeah, so those things are really, really important.
Rebecca, muito obrigada por ter nos dado essa entrevista. Que Deus te abençoe muito, que Ele continue te levantando entre os jovens, nas nações da terra. Muito obrigada.
Thank you so much.
E vocês, não saiam daí, porque o Clube 700 tem muito mais.